any of the transactions that have occurred on any of your balanced or any of your registered wallets. So, or excuse me, I don't want to say registered. Any of your verified wallets. So if you have a verified wallet in the system, any transaction that occurs on that wallet is going to be through that rewards tab. I'm going to change the name of that because that's not what it should be. Then we have the TBC wallet archive, and I'll go to that in a moment. We have the SBC balances and rewards. Somebody needs to mute. So our SBC balances and rewards is where you have to be an active, currently active member in order to view that page. And that page shows you all of the stuck funds in various tabs all the way through. So our SBC balance starts with all of the rewards.
How are you?
Do we get him?
Right.
Okay, perfect. So our SBC balance is all of the rewards that you've received. Now, the maximum rewards that anybody could have possibly received in 2023 would be about 3,400 SBC. So there's a couple of members that are debating that they should have had more. I remember seeing more. You didn't because it wasn't there. If you were a member of the core team, you got 200 for every month. And then in the last month of December, you got the 1,200. That was, that basically comes up to 3,200. And then there was a $200 extra or 200 SBC reward extra somewhere in the middle of the year. I don't recall exactly where it was, but the maximum that anybody could have gotten should have been about 3,400 in SBC. So keep in mind that if you were on any one of the teams, the A team or the core team got 200, the backup team got 100, and the rotators got 50. So just keep that in mind. You know, your SBC rewards are totaled up, and we went through to make sure that they were right. So there should be absolutely no discrepancies whatsoever. And if you are an active member, currently an active member, you've already received your SBC in your wallet, and it should show you the date. So your SBC rewards were sent to your wallet on 2024-01-20. So that's the year 2024, January 20th. That's how our computer sees the date. This is a one-time transaction of your SBC rewards earned over January 23rd to January 2024. Future rewards will be deposited directly, and this is a one-time deposit, and it's only available to active members. So any rewards balance that you've accumulated will go there until, well, actually, you know, starting in February 1st, all your rewards are going to go to the wallet. So this page is going to become a little bit of a relic at that point in time. Now, if we go across, we've got our TBC match. My wallet had 6,200 for this particular account. And then it goes through and it does the various calculations for anything that you might have had and whatever else. The very last one is the SBC that you're going to receive as a total of the remedy. So if you take a look at that number, that's actually a pretty decent number, but it's that SBC is worth $4.12 for each SBC coin. So I've got a pretty decent SBC balance in there. That is something that going into 2024, the later parts of 2024, when our SBC wallet is going to be useful into 2025 and beyond, you're going to be still earning rewards. And as our Privy Council member and Ambassador Augustin had posted a video, which we won't share in this thing, but I'll share the link with you. He goes through in detail and lets you know basically a lot of how the wallet's going to work, how our funding is going to work, and you know, we're looking at the potential and possibility of no longer having to pay KCBO fees in order to sustain our community. But we've got to get to that SBC banking. We've got to get to the point where our membership is strong enough and large enough that we can go to the investors, that we can go to those who are going to build our SBC private banking environment. We got to be able to go to them with more than 3,000 with more than 4,000, with more than 10,000 members. There is no specific number of how many members we're going to need to get their attention. We have their attention right now, but we have to work harder. We have to bring the community back up to where it was. And I'll go over some details on how large our community really was. Lastly, if your remedy was paid out, it'll tell you it was paid out. And again, it's a one-time deposit. It's not to be repeated, and it's only available for active members. So even for you to view this page, you should be active. In the system, it may say, it hasn't been paid yet. That's because we haven't gotten to your transaction yet, but all of the ones that were paid as of yesterday, about 4,000 active members that were ready to have their remedy was sent out to their wallets, and most of those members can verify that that's there. I can show you that the wallet definitely, in fact, does have those coins. Well, we'll go over here. So now my wallet shows the same number, well, it's a very similar number, plus my rewards for the year. So I had 3,400 in rewards for the year, and then I got my remedy for all of my stuck funds and where it was. And I know that there's a lot of our members that have a very larger number in SBC remedy that they're going to be receiving. And I verified all those numbers. Those numbers are good. And every single one of those members who had stuck funds would be foolish not to come back and get and claim those funds as soon as they can. All right, the next thing I wanted to show, it's not gonna let me go back there, is it? Got stuff stuck at my page. Okay, so back to our TBC. Give it a second to stop moving around. Okay, there we go. So our TBC wallet archive, this is available for all members who had any TBC. So if a member is trying to decide whether or not they want to give us another shot, they can go to this page. This is available for all members, and they can see just exactly how much TBC they previously had and what we're matching it to. So the match is 4 times, and then how much you're going to get in SBC for that match, and the current status of your account. So if your current account says that it's not paid or doesn't say paid in there, then you won't receive this TBC or the match or any of that. But if you're active, you will receive it. So the question that I've been getting in our Telegram chat was, is this for paid members or is this for every member? Every member can see what they had in TBC. Every member can see what there was, what they can get back in SBC, but it's only going to be sent to paid members. You won't receive SBC out of our system unless you're an active member. You're not going to receive SBFC out of our system unless you're an active member. And it's like I said in the chat, if you're not an active member at your bank, do you expect them to deposit funds in your account? No, you don't. So just keep that in mind. Any member a previous member who had TBC and wants to give us a second chance, or third or fourth or an eighth chance, whatever it may be, to give us that chance to remedy the situation, the remedy is here for them. So I wanted to go into a little bit of detail that I shared in the chat. There were 350,000 TBC wallets that had at least one or more TBC in them. 350,000 wallets that each one of those members were eligible to have matched in January of 2023. And then depending on where they were in the system, the June or July match, and then the December match. When I took over, I put all the matches all in one. I did all the matches all at once. We flattened the core team. So, the game of what was the core team and where you were on the core team, none of that matters anymore. It was a competition for our members to stay current and active, and it didn't work. What we want to do is we want to make sure that all of those members out there that have experienced our community in one point or another and had a negative taste in their mouth, I encourage y'all to come back. I encourage you to take a little bit of look at what we're doing, what we're trying to do to build our community back up and restore the faith in our private community and our private banking structure that we've been working so hard for the last 7-8 years. So give us another chance, and I guarantee you that things are going to be definitely looking up, specifically with the shared bounty program, and specifically with our agent program that we're going to talk a little bit about, and certainly with the advent of the SBC wallet being functional and usable. So I wanted to address another big elephant in the room. If we go to the dashboard, look at our member count. Our member count is 5967. It's been hovering around 6,000 for the last 2 weeks. We had 6,500 members 3 weeks ago. Where did all those members go? Those members, they fell off because maybe they were a little disappointed in how the shared bounty program worked. But every single one of those members were supplemented in SBFC, which is something that maybe they can't exchange it right this minute, but it's going to be something that they can exchange eventually, especially once we get the agent program working. The agent program is the key to SBFC. So we've got to revise that agent program. We've got to revive it. And we've got to get our donations and our liquidity up on SBFC in order for that program to work properly. Some people, I don't understand why it's always kind of like on the day of the meeting, the things that I want to go over, the most important things I want to go over, the good news I want to share has to be overshadowed by grief and negative, constructive, not non-constructive conversation in our Telegram chat. So a member got a little bit disappointed that the agent program wasn't working, and I said, "There's no donations. If we have no donations, how can the agent program work?" And then a member got a little bit upset about saying, "Well, we can't find anybody to donate." Well, I understand that. I mean, I'm not asking any of our agents, or I'm not asking any of our members to dig deep into their pockets and donate. What you're being asked to do is act as a member of goodwill of our community. Go out there into your affluent communities and see if you can drive up some donations. Those donations can be applied into our system, can build up the SBFC. The more donations that we receive, the sooner I can open up the exchange. So we've been receiving 2 donations a day. At one point in time, one of our members committed to, I'm going to do 365 donations throughout the entire year. I'm going to donate every day, and they even fell off. And it's sad that the donation program doesn't have the kick and the joy that it used to. And I understand that. It's because it was founded on Joy G, and Joy G didn't really work the way that we wanted to. So I've got to go back to the drawing board on the agent program, and I'm going to do that. But regardless of that fact, our member count is dropping, and it's going back up at the same time. So we're kind of maintaining the same membership, but some of our members are letting their accounts expire and then they're paying in. Well, you all know that when you're in the shared bounty program, if your account expires, you're no longer receiving allocations for all that time that your account's expired. It might even be a day. I mean, what happens if I can tell you, just out of excitement, the 27th of the month is when we started the program, and the majority of our members join the program on the 27th, and the 27th is 3 days from now. If you're not a part of the shared bounty program by the 27th of this month, all of those members coming in and paying their shared bounty are going to be skipping you over. Think about that for a minute. If you're not active when payments are coming in, you're not being allocated to. You're being skipped on that rotator. Your spot is there, but we're not filling it because you're not active. So try and keep that in mind with the shared bounty program, and definitely please view Augustine's blog post. So we go to the blog, he's got a video that he put together. It basically summarizes all of the things that we're working on, and it sets some expectations for members that just joined us yesterday. You know, make sure that you understand the way that the shared bounty program works. It builds over time, and we didn't have a large run the first time. The first run was only 10 days. So that shared bounty program of only 10 days really didn't have enough to get off of the ground on. And everybody understood that. Everybody expected it. There were a lot of disappointed people that joined on the 5th of December and, you know, only received a couple of dollars. But what did you expect? You just joined the program. You weren't going to get the massive payout that the program is capable of doing if you just join the program. I mean, nobody would reasonably expect that, but the membership thought that that was the case. That's not the case. The whole thing has to build up in time. When you reach that tier, so there's two tiers. There's the unlocked tier where you could receive up to 1125 in USD, and then there's the tier that everybody else is on, and that is if you have no referrals, if you have 1 referral, 2 referral, 3 referral, 4 referral. If you're in that range of 0 to 4 referrals, you're going to receive. You're eligible for the bounty system. So just like the training wheels program was, and everybody's receiving the same allocations. The people that are on tier 1 receive the same allocation that are on tier 2. The only difference is that those tier 2 people are going to be able to receive more in their allocations. Their allocations are going to go for longer because they have more members in the system. But understand that those allocations take time to fill in. So the only difference between a tier 1 member and a tier 2 member is not how much they're being allocated to, but how much they can get as a maximum. So members who've been with the system for 3 months or 4 months and have been in the early positions, they're going to max out and they're going to continue to stay maxed out. As long as our membership is growing, then once you hit that max out, you shouldn't receive anything less. So when this cycle comes through this time and you receive $100 in shared bounty, next month when the system comes through, as long as our membership is growing, you should receive more than $100 in shared bounty the next month. And it's very possible that if our membership, let's say our membership is 5,000 this cycle, and you receive $100 in shared bounty, and our membership is 10,000 in the next cycle, you are definitely going to be at the $200 or more by the end of that next cycle. So just keep that in mind, that the intent here is to grow the community, to bring our members back. If you're not sharing the information that we're putting out here, if you're not sharing the fact that we've restored TBC wallets, that we have paid our liabilities and the stuck funds and whatnot, we found a way around that. If you're not sharing that we're creating a whole new SBC wallet, if you're not sharing the shared bounty program and the potential of our goodwill program through the agents, if you're not sharing that with other members or older members or whatnot, then you're not doing yourself any favors. Share is all you really need to do. You don't have to encourage, or you don't have to hold somebody to gunpoint and say you have to join our community. Just share the news of our community. Hey, this is what I'm into. This is what I'm doing. This is what it's doing for me. This is what it could do for you. That's an important thing when going through and talking to other people out there. A lot of my friends, in my own personal friends, do not have they don't have funds to contribute and do what we're doing here either. You know, having a subscription to their phone carrier is just enough to break them. I mean, we're all poor in this community. We all have our expenses, and we all have you know, things that we've got going on. But even my friends, I can't not tell my friends about this cool thing and feel like I'm not giving them an opportunity to better themselves. You know, all you really got to do is just join us for 2, 3, 4 months, by the time you're in that groove of being a part of our community, you'll start to reap the benefits. You'll start to be in a position where, as founders, because we are founders, I mean, we're so small a community right now. Every single one of the members of our community can be a founding member, and everybody will be a founding member when we get SBC out there into the public. Now, one other thing I wanted to say is, I'm kind of swerving off topic quite a bit here, but I did meet with our investors yesterday, and one of the things that I wanted to make sure that everybody understood is I don't have anything to offer our investors yet. They're aware of our community. They know that the potential of our community. They know where we've been, and they know that we could get back there. 5,000 people or 6,000 people or 10,000 people may not necessarily be enough to get them to open up an account in a bank that we can start building technology for. Now, understand that there's two different steps before you're going to get the SBFC or the SBC into your hands. There's two steps that have to happen before that. One, we have to create a legal structure that protects our it protects our funds. That has to happen. That will happen when we have a membership that is worthy of having a legal structure. Admin Jack was building a legal structure for the TBC community back a couple of years ago, and that legal structure was almost completed, but we weren't able to bring about what we were looking for. Unfortunately, we had the membership we needed to build that legal structure, but we weren't able to finish the legal structure. We get back to that point where we have the membership to build the legal structure, then we build the technology. The technology is not something that's going to take a long time. It's not going to be difficult for us to get a banking system and to get servers and get global nodes across the globe where it can communicate with our SBC wallet. That all of that has already been planned out. Admin Jack and I talked about this for hours and hours and hours, and all of that plan, the ideas that I had to bring that technology forth, are locked up inside. I have to get to the point where we create the legal structure, and that legal structure will be created by the bank. The bank will create that legal structure for us. We don't have to put the foot down or put our money out in order to create that. The only thing that we have to do is we have to bring them a membership. We've got to bring them a strong, growing, and thriving membership. That will open the door for them to start funding the legal structure, which is very expensive. It could be upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 to $150,000 in fees just to create that legal structure. We have to notify every country. We have to notify all sorts of entities across the globe that we are a private structure. That's one of the things that's required, and all of that takes time and all of that takes money. So they're going to spend that money and they're going to spend that time when we show them that we're worth that time. I have nothing to offer them yet other than the potential of a great and thriving community. So bring that thriving community forward, and we will bring SBC forward. Let's see. So I went over the chat, I went over the wallet, I went over the shared bounty and what to expect. Okay, so the sending of SBC. You'll notice that the send ability on your SBC wallet has not been turned on yet. And I'm not going to play games with you on, whether your account's paid and you can send, SBC or whatever. I'm not going to play games with that. What I am going to make you understand is that the SBC wallet is for active members. So you won't be able to send in SBC because you won't be able to get into the wallet unless you're an active member. So being an active member will allow you to continue to use the SBC wallet. Now, why don't I turn on the send buttons? There's a reason why I'm not turning on the send buttons, and that's because the distribution of the stuck funds and the distribution of the rewards and all of those functionalities are not done yet. I don't want to start creating a whole bunch of crazy transactions where everybody's trying to consolidate wallets until I have completed the work on my side. Because let me tell you how this goes from a tech perspective. When we do things quickly and every member gets gets excited and they want to get their funds, they want to be able to move it around, there's always going to be these members that are going to start sending a bunch of transactions to random wallets, and they're just going to be monkeying around in the system and causing a lot of grief in the system. And then we go back to track. So invariably, oh, I didn't make that transfer, somebody made that transfer for me. That's not how the wallet works. The wallet is secure. You're the only one that has access to your wallet. I can deposit to your wallet, but I can't take from your wallet. That's the way that the wallet's designed. I can only put money into your wallet. I can't take it out. So if you're not sending it out, then who is? Well, you have to be the one that initiate that. And then we get the members that, well, I didn't receive it, or I should have had this, or I should have had that. So I want to get to the point where everybody is happy and satisfied with what they've received, so that I can step back and say, okay, I'm done with my job. Now you guys have access to SBC, and you're welcome to put those wallets together. You're welcome to, as a family, you're welcome to pool all those wallets together. That's all fine, but just understand that those accounts are not going to be individual accounts anymore. So I personally wouldn't want to take my son's or my daughter's or my wife's funds and stick them into my account, and then I'm the only one that can use them. If you want your son and your daughter and your wife and your grandchildren and your grandmother and your neighbor and your church, your pastor or whatever, to be able to utilize their funds, which you should, the only way that they're going to be able to do it is if they have their own account. So I'm encouraging the members out there that if you have an SBC wallet, keep that wallet to yourself. You can certainly combine them if that's what you absolutely feel compelled to do, but it's not going to do you any good, because when it comes down to being able to utilize the SBC funds, there's only one person that can use it, and that's going to be the holder of the SBC. So, and also keep in mind, as Augustine said, by the time we get to the point where we launch SBC, we're not going to be we're not going to be requiring membership fees or anything of that nature. The bank will supplement us, and the bank will help us take care of our operating funds. Right now, the membership fee, the shared bounty, the instant bounty, those are a necessary part of our community, because that is what gives us the operating capital to do what we're doing. I know a lot of members want to complain about the membership fee. They don't want to pay it. I understand. But if we don't pay these fees, we can't operate. We can't bring this service to you. This promise of a service cannot be brought to you without the operating fees. So when we get to a point where we no longer need the operating fees, you'll all be the first ones to know it. And that's on our doorstep. It's on our doorstep with our membership. It's on our doorstep with the launching of SBC. So we're going to be talking about this a lot throughout 2024. I honestly hope that we don't have to be talking about this past June. I would like our membership to grow enough where we can show that we're incrementally growing on a rapid scale each month. And we showed that for the month of November and December. We're having a little bit of lull. And I know that it's because of the disappointment in the shared bounty program. But as Augustine explained, the shared bounty program is a building tool. And it is something that will definitely help you achieve your goals, but we have to build. Rome wasn't built in a day. I've seen that post a couple of times. Rome wasn't built in a day. We have been around for 8 years, and there's a lot of businesses, and there's a lot of entities out there that haven't really even gotten their footing after 8 years. And then all of a sudden they explode and they become this massive thing. Facebook wasn't the first social media company. Twitter wasn't the first social media company out there. There were things like MySpace and AOL and things of that nature. So there were iterations of great things that happened in the past, ways for people to expand and to grow into something great. And I think that we have that here. We certainly had the membership at one point in time, 350,000 individual TBC wallets with more than 1.0 in them. And, we've had active in just the last year, we've had over 71,000 active members. So we have the potential to bring ourselves back to the table for the creation of SBC. And that's my focus for 2024. I want to see 2024 realize what we've been trying for. I know that the investors that I'm talking to are super excited because they have not been able to find a community this large with the shared mindset. Sure, they could go to Facebook and they could get a bunch of people to click on Facebook that they want to join this private, banking society. They could do that. But those people on Facebook don't have the mindset. Those people on Facebook are on Facebook to share cat photos and dog photos and pictures of babies and maybe even, drinking benders and things of that nature. And, look at me, this is what I'm doing in my world. Those people are selfish. The people on Facebook are selfish. The people in our community, we're trying to be selfless. And that is what, that's what our investors are looking for. They're not the typical investors, as I've said before. They're not your Wall Street investors that are going to come in and say, "Oh, well, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea," or whatever. And one of the only things that I would say is that they're not just going to bring gold in as a part of their investments. They have an entire portfolio. They have. I don't have any idea how much resources they actually have, but I know that they have more than just gold. They have real estate. They have real estate. They have precious metals. They have gems. They have all sorts of various aspects. They even have mines. One of the very exciting things I look forward to Saturday mornings. There's a guy that travels the southwest of the United States, and he goes to abandoned mines. And one of the things that he tells us about these mines is when they were opened and when they were abandoned. And there's this waste rock pile that comes out of the mines. And back in the 1800s, they didn't have the ability to extract all of the ore out of the rock that they were throwing away. They would basically just get rid of some of it, get what they could get out of it, and then they would throw the rest into a waste rock pile. Well, that's still worth something. With the technology that we have today, you can go into those waste rock piles and you can start extracting precious minerals and ores out of that waste rock. There's a place, when I visited Arizona, there's a place out in the desert. There's a little train that goes by it, and they've got this big mine up on the hill, and then they've got this big pile of burnt metal something. I mean, it looks terrible, but they're going back to that pile and they're extracting all of the materials out of that pile that they couldn't get out back in the early 1900s or late 1900s with the technology that we have today. So that's just one of the possibilities that's out there. So there's those types of mines exist, and those types of resources exist, and these guys have access to stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to basically end it there with the tutorial through the site. I wanted to go through the bubble real quick. So this is what I'm affectionately calling the bubble. This is the screen that tells you your important information. The dev team has been working on this and tweaking it to make sure that we understand what part of this is important. So in the top part, it tells you your qualification for the shared bounty. It tells you when your last payment was made. It should tell you when your next payment is required. It tells you when your membership is expiring. Now, keep in mind, again, once more, your shared bounty qualification date and your expiration date are not the same. They might be the same, but they are not. We don't go off of your expiration date for whether or not you are qualified for shared bounty. So right here where he says bounty information, shared bounty currently updating, standby. So what he's doing is he's going back and making sure that your first payment that qualified you for shared bounty is the one that's the date that you need to be, when you make your next payment, you need to pay by that date. So he's going to let you know if you've already paid and if you need to pay and when you have to pay. So that's going to be all part of there. The next thing is, what was I going to say? Advance payments. So there are some members, we have one member in particular that has made 6 payments in the month of January for their account. We are not currently able to process advance payments in the system. The system doesn't know that there's an advance payment in the system, and it allocates it to the pool. We are going to be putting, and this is not effective yet. This is what we're going to do. And when we do that, I'll make a blog announcement, and then you'll know that you can do advance payments. Advance payments are only going to be available for 2 months in advance. So you can pay the current month and then 2 months in advance. And then what it will do is it will hold the shared bounty funds for the advanced months and stick it into another allocation. So instead of your payment, the $6 coming out of your payment going into this month's shared bounty pool, if you're qualified for this month, it'll go into this month's, but then the next $6 will go into next month's, and then the following $6 will go into the second month. But we will only allow you to do up to 2 months in advance. The reason for this is because the system needs to be able to keep track of it, and if we try to have 12 different containers sitting out there, in my experience, something will go wrong. So we're not going to let it go that far out. So advance payments are going to allow you to pay for your current payment and then 2 payments in the future. Don't make an advance payment until we tell you that you can do that. And that should be very clear in this bubble. All right. Let me just check over the blog real quick. See if there's anything else I missed. I think that's it. I was kind of hoping this could be a little shorter than last time, but I did kind of go off on a couple of tangents. But that's where we're at. And Mbe, you can go ahead and end the recording. Thanks everybody for participating, and we're going to continue on with the Q&A.
Okay.
Recording stopped.
All right.
Okay, thank you so very much, admin. I think this is great progress and great information. We are so excited to see the wallet. I think a lot of people should be excited like me. They have been asking, when are we going to have the wallet? When are we going to have the wallet? Here we are. The wallet is right here. So we are also excited, admin, that you are meeting with our investors, and they are delighted with the kind of community we have. So I think that we as members, we should now do our part. We should play our part by getting more people involved, and the other people who are still sleeping, we need to wake them up, because they might just wake up one morning and they realize that they have missed a lot, and they will start blaming you. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me this is happening? What didn't happen? So we should do our part, you know. So thank you very much, admin.
Yeah.
So we have a lines. We'll start with Musa. Hello, Musa.
Yeah, sorry, I'm playing the music here because admin Happy New Year is again. And it has been like a two meeting and this timing I was not able to join because I was confused about the timing, you know. We are in the US eastern part. And when you say 6 p.m. West African, I was not able to come to 2 or 3 meeting, but I'm still around. We thankful. Admin, thank you so much for the effort you are putting in this 2024. I'm following your effort, and I know, and very soon all the TBCN will be very, very excited what is in the pipeline coming for to us. My question is about the investor you were talking about. I totally understand, and I totally understand what will be the next step. So, our MetaMask, like, can we use a Trust Wallet also to have it in our back office? Because the back office to receive our bonuses on like the $6 on if we are qualified, is anybody can use a Trust Wallet, like a Trust Wallet back there?
Yeah, so let me address your first statement. So I understand that we've had to change the meeting time basically to accommodate. I was getting a lot of people kind of interrupting me when we were trying to do. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I'm a lot more focused than I was in the in the last part of the year because I was constantly being distracted while we were trying to have a meeting, and because around my neighborhood and there's just a lot going on. So I pushed back the meeting on Wednesdays to a couple of hours in order to make sure that all of that stuff is. I mean, it's afternoon here, so most of all of the issues of the morning and stuff like that are over with. But we do record our meetings, and those recordings are posted to YouTube, and they're also posted to the blog. So specifically, last week's meeting, the first one of 20, that was the second one. This is our third one, right? Maybe. I don't
Right.
know. Yeah. So
The
our
last week will be
our
the
meetings are
will be the
recorded.
17, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got those recorded, and this one is also recorded, so you'll be able to go back in both of those. To answer your second question, Trust Wallet, we no longer require you to have either Trust or MetaMask. You can have either one. The system that we built was originally designed to integrate to MetaMask, and there were nothing but problems with that. So if you have a Trust Wallet or a MetaMask wallet, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that your registered bounty address is one of those wallets. Because remember, we can't receive any instant bounty, and you won't receive any of the SBFC, payout for the shared bounty or the USDT that's paid out for the shared bounty unless you have a registered wallet. A lot of our members are looking for, well, where's my SBFC from last month, or what about the split? If they don't have a registered wallet, I don't have anywhere to send it to, so I don't know where to send that. So make sure that your registered wallet is in there for bounty, and your verified wallets are for any wallets you're going to pay from. But you can use either Trust or MetaMask. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, why I ask that question, because MetaMask is doing a lot of changes. Like now they put a portfolio. Yeah, they
Yes,
put a
they are.
portfolio. It's very confusing if somebody wanna search for specific a coin. Is very confusing, and it has been for me. That's why I asked this question. And I would like to
Yeah.
thank my new sponsor also, who is Innocent Keba. Keba, thank you for what you are doing for us, me and the other team in Canada, or all of us. So I'm done.
All right, awesome. So yeah, just another reminder. I've had one member come to me and say that their entire family is being their sponsor is someone who's no longer active in the community, And so just remember that, like, if you're the matriarch or the patriarch of your family, and you're taking responsibility for your family and your relatives and whatnot for SBC, you're very much welcome to be the sponsor of your family. So you can go through each and every one of your accounts and ask to change the sponsor. You can become the sponsor. The only thing I ask is, if you're going to become a responsible sponsor, is to make sure that you're educating your family and those that you bring into SBC by teaching them to read the blog, to go to the blog on a regular basis, to attend these meetings if they can, to at least follow the videos that we're posting of the meetings, and to join the Telegram chat. Those 3 areas of communication are our best way of communicating, and all 3 of them are very shareable. The most important part about being able to communicate to other members is the ability to share. And you can share the blog, and you can share the videos, and you can share the Telegram link, and all of that information, they have access to it in real time. They have access to the truth and the facts, unfiltered, and able to make the determinations for themselves what's really going on. So definitely share the blog, share the videos of our founders meetings, share the links to the founders meetings. I mean, the more members we can have, we have so much capacity for our founders meeting, we can bring hundreds of people into these meetings. There's 900 or so, there's 983 members in our SBC chat group. All 900 of those members really should be in this meeting. They would get the best part about it. But I understand that, the time zones are a little bit different with, well, they're not a little bit different, they're a lot of bit different. So, it's whatever time it is for you, there's 23 other time zones that it's a different time for somebody else. So I understand that, and our best way of sharing this is to be able to record these meetings and make them so that the information is readily available. And if they have questions, they're more welcome to ask questions in the Telegram chat. The only thing that I ask about the Telegram chat, everyone, is constructive, be kind, don't be combative, and try to understand that there are language barriers. Some of our members don't exactly speak the same language, and some of us have to do translating. And sometimes somebody can say something that feels like an offense when it's not really an offense. Always take a look at what somebody is communicating to you in a positive light. Assume that nobody is talking to you negatively. Assume that nobody's talking to you down. And you'll be able to interpret what you're reading as a positive. And if ultimately they're being negative, then we're going to kick them out. But just anything that you read, specifically from the blog, anything that you hear on our meetings, and anything that you read in the Telegram chat, look at it as they're trying to communicate positively or constructively. But if they're truly not communicating positively or constructively, our moderators will remove the text, and if you continue, they will remove you. So we've had to remove about 13 members so far. So not bad for 900 members. Only removing 13 is not bad. So, all right, let's go on to the next one.
Okay. So we'll take the next person, John Bentoro.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, John.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted thank you, admin, for all your efforts so far. I noticed that there's no send button in the wallet. Is it that work is still going on it, or just for wanted to know, or maybe it's for certain accounts?
Yeah, maybe you came late. Admin has addressed that. I don't know
All
why.
right, all right.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
I'll address it really quickly. So the reason why there's no send button is because I'm not done with sending out the coins to our active members. So
Okay.
I would expect that the send button will probably be off for the next couple of weeks. once we get to the point where the routine is established and I've got the funds to everyone or the deposits to everyone that they're expecting, then I can turn those send buttons on and come up with some ideas on how we can properly use our send buttons. So there used to be a send button test in the system. We're not going to do any of that. I understand for our members that they want to put things together, but I'm going to put together a blog, and I'm going to encourage you to keep those funds in their individual accounts, especially for logistical reasons for yourself. So I'll make it clear why it makes sense to keep your funds where they're supposed to be, and I'll make it clear for you to understand why we have not turned the send buttons on just yet. But we're going to turn them on. Like I said, I'm a no nonsense guy. We're not playing games on who gets the opportunity to do any of this. The only thing that I require right now of our members is just to be active. So and that's the send buttons are going to happen. I just need to finish what I'm doing, getting the funds transferred and deposited to everyone's accounts, and then those send buttons will turn on, and we'll see how everyone behaves.
Okay.
All right.
We'll take the next person, maybe the last person, Lovett. Okay, Lovett. Unmute Lovett.
Yeah, greetings, CJ, greeting, Amin. I'm sorry to be late. If I could get very well, respect to he said they will not more push any account for this when they retrieve all the coin. I need a brief explanation on that to tell my people I'm working with.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise in the background. Can you repeat that a little bit louder?
Okay, unmute again.
I was saying that, I was saying that you see when every account will be, when you do the transfer, as you capture the TBC, you transfer it to you convert it to the SBC, or the remedy will be the SBC. And then there will be no push of account, even if you are not active. But if you come in when you have money to activate your account, you meet all of what you have accumulated over the past year. I wish to be clarified on that.
Yeah, so I kind of touched on this earlier. The active members are going to have access to the SBC wallet. You're going to be able to send and receive through the SBC wallet. If you're not an active member, then you won't even be able to get to the wallet itself. There are two places where you can see, for active members, they can see all of the breakdown of their stuck funds. And then for members who are not active and they had TBC, it shows them the TBC that they do have. So my recommendation is to review the video from today. I go through it and show you where that is. So review the video when it's posted on the blog, and then you'll be able to better understand, because I'm talking about that through the process.
Okay, I mean, thank you very much.
All righty. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm grateful for CJ keeping my account active for this one.
All right.
Okay, so admin, I think we took a lot of time today. That should be the last one.
Yeah, we're good. Gina, I'll get in touch with you directly. I have stuff in my inbox, but I'll take a look at your stuff directly. So your question, you can go ahead and ask me on Telegram. But for the rest of you, thank you for attending. And as I said with the blog, go through the blog, share the videos, and share our Telegram chat.
Okay. Share the blog. I think we should all unmute and everyone should say share the blog.
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 Share the blog. Share the blog.
Share the blog.